Hi, welcome to the second episode of Ever Roaming. I have to apologize first of all for that first video. I know it was a lot of me just talking. Also, I wanted to note in the beginning, the first few videos, I didn't realize that I was going to share these videos with you on YouTube. So I didn't talk a lot. I was just filming for friends and family to show them like what I experienced. So I will have to talk a little bit over that, explain what's going on, or if I'm talking in the video, it's not very clear. Bear with us these first few videos, but I'm so excited to get this going. So today let's talk about how to hike from Campo to Mt Laguna. The goal was scissors crossing in a week, but I hadn't been training, and then I ended up getting blisters, so I got off trail in Mt Laguna. So this first video today is just going to be day one, so that I can go through the important things for this section, like necessary permits and how to plan and all of that. The first thing that you need to know, if you are going to do a through hike, or you're going to hike 500 miles or more, is you need to go on to the PCTA website. That's the Pacific Crest Trail Association. And that's where on 2 dates during the year, one is at the end of October and one is in mid-January, if you are a through hiker or if you're going to hike a section that's 500 miles or more, you would apply for your permit. And I hear that you need to get on early, get yourself in line online, and then you get assigned a random number. I haven't personally done that because I haven't done such a large section yet. All right, so that's your first thing. There's another thing on the PCTA website that's really, really helpful, and that is the water report. You'll see on the website, it lists like different sections, like Campo to Idlewild, I believe is the first one. And then you'll see here's a picture of what it looks like when you look at a sheet. So you upload information to the water report and it gets applied to that form. It's not always updated 100%, just as some of the apps aren't. So the next thing you need to know for this section is that you are going to pass through the Cleveland National Forest. So in order to pass through the Cleveland National Forest, you actually need a permit. Now, some of the national forests that you're going to see me go through, I didn't need a permit at all. And some of them I did. What you need to do is go to the U.S. Forestry's website. And then you'll see a place on there to get the application. You have to contact the U.S. Forestry Department for the Cleveland National Forest through one of their San Diego offices, and you need to do that 30 days prior to the date that you want to start. I called on March 1st to apply for a permit on April 1st. There's only 5 permits given per day, so you want to call them as soon as they open in the morning. When you get to the southern terminus, there is a PCT host who is checking in people, checking their permits, final information, all well wishes, of course, taking pictures for you, but there to check permits and make sure that everybody is doing what they're supposed to be doing. I did offer to show my section hiking permit, and she said that was fine. I didn't need to show it, but it was good that I have it because there are rangers who will check for it. So you're ready to hike. How do you know where you're going to go? Okay, there's a great app that everybody tends to use. It's called Guthook. And I love this app. It has everything you need to know mile by mile. It tells you, there's all these little symbols and it's very intuitive. And the symbols are very specific for like campsites, and then people put information about that. Or water sources and information about that. There'll be things about road crossings or closures. There's so much. It works offline on your GPS. You do not need a phone signal. I always just made sure when I was first starting out that I turned it on while I still had phone signal, but I would put my phone literally in airplane mode and my Guthook was running just fine. For those of you who are a little more old school, there's also the half-mile PCT maps. They still update the print copy as far as I understand, but they are no longer updating the app. On the Guthook also, I wanted to note that you can upload information. So if you find a great water source or you come to a water source and it's terrible, it's highly recommended that you join the community and that you upload information for your fellow hiker. Let's get to day one of hiking. My goal this day was just to go from the terminus to about a mile 11 something, I can't remember the exact mileage, to spend the night.
Only 2,649 to go. I found a tree that does not wish to be hugged. It is rather thorny. Ow. Not the social type, are you? Oh well. I'll find other trees to hug. Oh, there's a little bridge and water. This is so beautiful. Birds chirping. I chose the perfect time. What a great way to start the PCT. Paparazzi! Alright, made it 3 miles. Only 2,647 miles to go, and several years. There's been so much water in Conroy Credit carrying 5 liters right now. This is mile 4.4, and it's probably the 3rd or 4th time that I have come to a really good water source. The landscape just keeps changing. It's very distracting. Making me stop and enjoy it. It's so beautiful. I found one of those really cool lizards. I don't know what kind it is, but it's really awesome. I won't bother you. You're so cool. You just keep on keeping on. Keeping on with your awesomeness. What? I don't have any bugs. There's a bunch flying around. I saw your buddy down the road.
There's a great stop at about mile 6.6 where there is a creek / spring coming out under the boulders, and it's a nice place to just sprawl out and have some lunch and get some water and relax. Your next water won't be until about mile 12. There is a spring. So tonight, do expect that if you leave mile 6 and you head up to mile 11, you will be dry camping.
Made it to the top of that big climb with all the boulders. And now the landscape has totally changed again. Much more arid and desert-like. A lot of work. I'm gone just over 8 miles. And the landscape has changed again. It's just after mile 9, took a nice break at 8.8. See some hikers there, taking the trail. This is awesome. So it's my first night
on the PCT. I have the red light on, so it's not so bright. I got into camp maybe around 5 at about 11.5 miles. And I had to be quiet because this campsite has like 8 different people. So they all went to bed. They're all through hikers. It's kind of cool meeting all these people and hearing about what brought them out here. It's neat. It's really neat. It's inspiring. It's going to be really hard to leave the trail on Saturday. But, someday I get to come back and do bigger chunks. But for now, just sections. And it's been so beautiful today. There were wildflowers and like different landscapes at like every turn. And it was awesome. I had to embrace the suck when my hip part was hurting and my toes were hurting, but it was an awesome day. And I love being out by myself. There was a lot of times today where I had good solitude. Sometimes I'd catch up with people and sometimes I'd be alone. So that was kind of nice to have both. And I can't believe how many ladies are out here. Like, it's really neat to see like girl power. A lot of women, some women alone, a lot of women in pairs. I think the women actually outnumber the men so far, which is really cool. So, go girls. All right, I gotta get some sleep. Check in the morning. Oh, there's some interesting frogs nearby. I've never heard them before. They're pretty cool. All right, good night.